Welcome to Esoteric Symbolism. This video will be about the Matrix revolutions, the ego death. Nobody talks about the Matrix revolutions like this. The first film is Awakening. The second film is the ego's maze after awakening. But the third film is Surrender. It is the moment the spiritual seeker realizes freedom is not found by fighting harder. It is found by dying to the part of you that still needs to win. That is why Revolutions feels darker, heavier, more spiritual, more final. Because this is not the movie about becoming the one. This is the movie about letting the one go. At the beginning, Neo is trapped in Mobil Avenue, a train station between worlds, not fully in the machine world, not fully alive in one reality, not fully dead in another. This is the liminal space, the shamanic in-between, the place between identities. It's the place where the old self has ended, but the true self has not fully arrived.
He is trapped in a place between this world and the machine world.
And that is powerful, because every real transformation has this moment. You are no longer who you were, but you do not yet know who you are becoming. That is the spiritual void, the underworld, the silence between death and rebirth. Then Neo meets Ramachandra and his family, programs who love, programs who feel, programs who want their child to survive.
Every program that is created must have a purpose. If it does not, it is deleted.
This is important because it breaks Neo's old understanding. Not everything artificial is evil.
You do not understand.
I just have never.
Heard a program speak of love.
It is a human emotion.
No, it is a word. What matters is the connection the word implies.
Not everything human is awake. Not everything in the mind is an enemy. This is where the symbolism gets deeper. The matrix is the mind. But the goal is not to hate the mind. The goal is to bring consciousness to it. Because some programs are fear, protection, and inherited wounds. And some programs are simply parts of you trying to survive. This is why spiritual maturity matters. In the beginning, you think awakening means rejecting the world. Later, you realize awakening means seeing clearly, without hatred, without projection, without needing everything to be good or bad. Then we return to Zion. Zion is the body, the earth, the tribe, the human heart beneath the machine mind. And now Zion is under attack. That is not just a war scene, that is the nervous system under siege. Fear invading the heart, control invading the life force. The sentinels are not just machines, they are thoughts. Thousands of them, relentless, mechanical, repetitive. This is what it feels like when the ego mind attacks your inner peace. It does not come as one thought. It comes as an army, and the body has to hold the line. That is why the Battle of Zion matters. It is the body fighting to keep the heart alive. But Neo is no longer trying to win the old way. He is going to the machine city. He is not escaping the darkness. He is walking directly into it. That is the shamanic descent. The hero must enter the belly of the machine, the place everyone fears, the source of the entire system.
The power of the one extends beyond this world. It reaches from here all the way back to where it came from.
Where?
The source. That's what you felt when you touched those sentinels, but you weren't ready for it. You should be dead, but apparently you weren't ready for that either.
Because real liberation does not happen by avoiding the shadow. It happens by facing the intelligence behind it. Then Trinity dies. And this is one of the most painful symbols in the trilogy. Trinity is love. She is the heart. She is divine union. She is the force that helped Neo choose beyond logic. So when Trinity dies, Neo loses the outer form of love, but not love itself. That is the initiation. The heart cannot remain attached only to a person. At the highest level, love has to become consciousness. Love has to become faith. Love has to become the force that guides you even when the form disappears. Trinity's death breaks Neo open, but it also completes him, because now he is no longer fighting for love as something outside of him. He is moving as love itself. Then Neo reaches the machine city, blind, wounded, alone, but inwardly seeing. This is a massive symbol. In the first film, Neo learns to see the code. In the third film, he loses his physical sight. Because true vision is no longer external. He sees with the inner eye. He sees energy. He sees essence. He sees beyond appearance. That is the mystic path. The eyes of the body close, so the eye of the soul can open. Then Neo meets Deus Ex Machina, the machine god, the cold intelligence behind the system. And Neo does something shocking. He does not destroy it. He makes peace with it.
The programmed Smith has grown beyond your control. Soon he will spread through the city as he spread through the Matrix. You cannot stop him.
This is where Revolutions becomes deeply esoteric. The goal was never to annihilate the mind. The goal was to end the war between consciousness and the mind. Because the mind is only dangerous when it becomes the master, when it becomes God, when it disconnects from the heart.
Peace.
Neo understands Smith is now a threat to both worlds.
I see the end coming. I see the darkness spreading. I see death. And you are all that stands in his way.
Smith.
Very soon, he is going to have the power to destroy this world, but I believe he won't stop there. He can't. He won't stop until there's nothing left at all.
Human and machine, heart and mind, body and system. Smith has become the ego without limit. The ego that says, only me. The ego that wants to copy itself into everything. The ego that cannot create, only possess, only consume. That is why Smith is the final opponent. He is the inherited programmed ego mind taken to its extreme.
What is he?
He is you. Your opposite, your negative. The result of the equation trying to balance itself out.
He is no longer just Neo's shadow. He is the shadow of all consciousness. The part of the mind that would rather destroy reality than surrender control. And then the final fight begins.
And if I can't stop it?
One way or another, Neo, this war is going to end. Tonight, the future of both worlds will be in your hands or in his.
Two forces meeting at the end of the world, Neo versus Smith, soul versus ego, presence versus programming, heart versus the artificial intelligence of the mind.
Mr. Anderson, welcome back. We missed you.
But the secret is this: Neo does not win by defeating Smith.
Why, Mr. Anderson? Why? Why do you persist?
Because I choose to.
He wins by surrendering to him.
You were right, Smith. You're always right. It was inevitable.
Smith thinks he has won. He copies himself into Neo. He takes over the body of the One. But this is the great reversal. Neo finally stops resisting. He allows the ego to complete itself. And by doing that, he exposes Smith to the source. This is ego death. Not ego destruction through violence, ego dissolution through surrender. That is why losing's the victory. Because the ego can survive any battle, but it cannot survive being fully witnessed. It cannot survive the heart that no longer fears it. It cannot survive consciousness that stops fighting and says, take me. Not from weakness, but from total trust.
Everything that has a beginning has an end.
That is why the tagline matters. The end is the beginning. The end of Neo as a separate savior is the beginning of peace. The end of the ego's war is the beginning of true life. The end of control is the beginning of silence. And after Neo surrenders, the war ends. The machines stop. Zion survives. The Matrix is reset. Not because the mind was destroyed, but because the mind was humbled. Because the heart entered the machine. And the machine remembered balance. That is the symbolism of the Matrix Revolutions. It is not about destroying the ego. It is about no longer being possessed by it. It is not about escaping the mind. It is about entering the heart so deeply that even the mind must bow. The first film asks, will you wake up? The second film asks, will you choose the heart? The third film asks, will you surrender everything, even your spiritual identity? Because the final illusion is not the Matrix. The final illusion is the one who thinks he must defeat it. And when Neo lets that identity die, the war ends. The noise stops. The heart of silence opens. Zion survives, the Matrix is reset, the sun rises, and we realize the deepest truth of the human journey. You are not here to conquer the mind. You are here to let the false self end, so your true life can finally begin. The end of the ego's control is the beginning of life.
But I've been